Kneel before your queen and swear your eternal loyalty.
The galaxy had seen wars that burned worlds to ash, treaties that reshaped constellations, and monarchs whose single words decided the fate of entire species. But it had never seen an alien prince, heir to the most feared empire in the cosmos, look at a human and call him father. I was that human. My name is Captain Elias Rourke, former engineer of the Terran fleet. 5 years ago, I crashed on Zelthara, homeworld of the towering alien species known as the Thalkir, beings of immense size, intelligence, and pride. And their ruler was the one all feared to name aloud, Queen Var-Lin, Empress of 1,000 worlds. When my ship went down in her skies, I expected death. Instead, I found destiny. The queen who should have killed me. The Thalkir towered 10 meters tall, their skin a smooth obsidian hue that shimmered under bioluminescent veins. I was barely the size of her hand when Queen Var-Lin first stood before me, her eyes burning like twin stars. "Another fragile Terran," she said in a voice that could quake mountains. "Your kind trespasses where it does not belong." I was dragged before her throne of black crystal, surrounded by guards who would have crushed me like an insect with a flick of their claws. I should have begged. I should have pleaded. But instead I looked up at her and said, "Then kill me quickly, Your Majesty. Or let me fix your reactor." She blinked. It turned out her palace's fusion core had been unstable for years, decades perhaps, and I had noticed the telltale hum in the air the moment I was brought in. My human senses caught what her engineers hadn't. "Fix it," she commanded, leaning forward. "If you fail, your body will fertilize my gardens." So I fixed it, and that day, the Queen of 1,000 worlds learned a human's worth. The unlikely bond for months. I remained in her palace, first as a prisoner, then as something stranger. Advisor? Curiosity? Friend? I wasn't sure. Harlan would summon me daily, asking questions about humanity, Earth, and the strange concept of family. To her species, young were raised communally, never knowing their parents by name or touch. Humans, she mused once, studying me through eyes as large as moons, bind themselves to their offspring by blood and affection. We, the Thalkir, bind ourselves to the Empire. Which of us is truly advanced? I think it depends on what you call progress, I replied. You've conquered the stars. We're still trying to understand each other. She looked at me then. Not as a creature beneath her, but as something different. In time, I helped design new power systems, healed her soldiers with Terran medicine, and earned something I never expected, her trust. But there were whispers. The court called me the Queen's pet. Some said I bewitched her. Others said I'd be executed when my usefulness ended. They were all wrong. The truth was far stranger. The birth of the Heir 1 cycle, Var-Lin fell ill, a phenomenon unheard of among her kind. I was summoned to her chamber, where even her healers dared not enter. The Queen, the towering monarch of the Thalkir, lay weakened, her bioluminescent veins dimming. "Elias," she murmured, her voice softer than I'd ever heard. "I am with offspring," I froze. "You mean pregnant?" She nodded weakly. "Such a thing has not happened in centuries. The Thalkir do not breed naturally anymore. But after your arrival, after exposure to your biology," I stepped back, realization striking like lightning. "You're saying, I do not know," she cut me off sharply. "But your genetic code has interacted with mine," my heart thundered. "The most powerful being in the galaxy might be carrying a hybrid child, with me." "Do not speak of this," she commanded. "If the council learns, they will tear us both apart." And so the secret was kept. For months, I stayed by her side, building machines to monitor her vitals, shielding her chambers from prying eyes and listening to her confessions whispered in the darkness. Sometimes, I thought she looked at me with something dangerously close to affection. The child of two worlds. When the child was born, the galaxy trembled. The infant was colossal by human standards, 3 meters long, with smooth onyx skin glowing faintly like her mother's. Yet her eyes were blue. Human blue. Var-Lin named him Kale Rin, but when she held him, the queen who ruled empires smiled like any mother would. And when the child first looked upon me, he reached out one enormous hand and spoke his first word. "Father." The chamber went silent. Even the guards froze. Var-Lin's pupils widened. "Spoke your tongue," she whispered. I swallowed hard. "He called me father." Her gaze lingered on me for a long, unreadable moment. "Then so it shall be." The Empire in uproar news of the hybrid spread faster than light. The Thalkir Council declared blasphemy. Rival empires gathered fleets. Humanity sent diplomatic envoys in panic. How could you defile the royal line with alien DNA? The High Regent thundered before the council chamber. "This creature is an abomination!" Varlin rose to her full height, her voice echoing through the crystalline halls. "He is my son. Speak against him again, and I will extinguish your bloodlines." Her declaration shattered millennia of Thalkir tradition, but the opposition was relentless. Armadas moved toward Zelthera. The galaxy watched as the fate of two species teetered on the edge of war. The attacks. First strike came from orbit, rogue. Factions within the Thalkir military who sought to purify the Empire. Explosions tore through the sky. I ran to the nursery where Kaelrin slept under the protective gaze of guards. "Get him to safety," I shouted. A blast ripped through the chamber wall, throwing me against a column. I saw the child wailing, energy crackling around his tiny form. His hybrid nature was awakening, unstable, uncontrollable. Varlin stormed in, eyes blazing, wings of light unfurling from her back like living fire. She shielded the child with her body, roaring words that shook the world itself. But the attackers were relentless. Then Kaelrin screamed, an echo that rippled across space. Every ship in orbit went silent. Every weapon froze in mid-fire. The hybrid child's voice, amplified by his power, resonated through subspace frequencies, forcing an entire armada to its knees. When the sound faded, not a single enemy ship remained operational. Silence followed. The galaxy literally stopped to listen. The message heard across the stars, when the transmissions replayed across the galactic network, beings of every race heard the same thing. A child's voice, trembling but clear. "Father," he said, "no more war." Those 3 words broke centuries of division. For the first time, the Thalkir saw the power of compassion, not conquest. Humanity saw the potential for unity, not fear. Even the Galactic Council, once divided, voted for an unprecedented peace treaty between our species. The hybrid child became a symbol, a living bridge between 2 worlds, and I became something I never expected. A father, not by blood alone, but by destiny. The Queen's confession days later, as the fires dimmed and peace began to bloom, I found Varlin gazing at the stars from her balcony. "You changed everything," I said quietly. "No," she murmured. "He did, but you were the catalyst, Elias. Your human heart, your defiance, gave me something the Thalkir forgot long ago." "What's that?" "Hope." She turned to me, her expression softer than ever. "You will stay, won't you?" "He will need guidance, both Thalkir and human," I nodded. "I'll stay." Her enormous hand descended, her fingertip brushing against my chest like a mountain wind. "Then you are no longer a prisoner of Zelthara. You are its father." Siu. Epilogue. The father of the galaxy years passed. Kaelrin grew quickly, faster than either species expected. By his 10th year, he was taller than a transport craft, his voice commanding, his presence radiant. But he still looked at me with that same innocence, that same spark. "Father," he said once as we stood overlooking the rebuilt city, "will the galaxy ever stop fighting?" I smiled, resting a hand on his immense finger. "Only when they all learn what you did that day. That strength isn't about destruction. It's about protecting what matters." He nodded slowly. "Then I will protect everyone." And I believed him. Because when the child of the giant alien queen called me father, the galaxy didn't just stop to listen. It began to change.